Okay, last thing for chapter 2 before we practice up and make sure we know what we're doing for a test. We're going to learn how to come up with the equations ourselves for those parabolas. Okay, so let's talk about all the different forms. We've got vertex form, which looks like this, where A can't be 0, and then HK is the vertex. We've got standard form, and we've got intercept form, where P and Q are the x-intercepts. This is the gold standard. Like, that's the form you're going to get everything in when you have any kind of option because you, just like we all noticed the first day, like those were really easy. I just understand it because I understand transformations. That's the form we're going for. I guess unless you can tell what the x-intercepts are. That'd be the exception. Take that back. Okay, so here's a problem. This graph shows a parabolic path of a performer who was shot out of a cannon. Y is the height in feet, x is the horizontal distance traveled in feet, write an equation of the parabola. Well, I can sit here and tell you exactly what the axis symmetry is. Axis symmetry is x is 50, which means this is a parabola. Just kind of looking at what's going on. I know it got flipped upside down. I know it got moved 50 places to the right and up 35. Okay. So there's some number out front because I don't know exactly how much of a stretch or shrink vertically there's been, but I know it went 50 to the right and up 35. Now, I also know that A out here is a negative number, but to figure out what it is, I'm going to take another point on that graph and just use it. Like, I know when x is 0, the y value that's generated out is 15. So I'm going to plug that in and say when x is 0, so let's see what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just go and do this. I can subtract 35 from both sides. 0 minus 50 is negative 50. If I square that, I'm going to get 2,500. So if I divide both sides by 2,500, what's that going to be? Negative 1 over 125. So if I want the equation of the parabola, I know that I'm going to go back right here. I know the A value now is this. And I already knew about the vertex. And I'm good. Okay. So if we've got a vertex at 4, negative 9, and not that you need to draw a picture, but if I go over 4, down 9, and put a vertex there, and the parabola has to pass through negative 1, 2, I can already tell you this thing's got to open up, or that's not going to happen. So I know this A value. I'm just going to try to get it to here. I know that's going to be a positive number when I get done. And I know if the vertex is at 4, 9, I went 4 to the right and down 9. And then I'm going to use this other point, x, y. If y is 2, x is negative 1. Oops. So let's just go ahead and add 9 to both sides. Negative 5 squared is 25. That means that A value is 11/25. And then I've got the equation of a parabola. Okay. Let's see. Vertex at 3, 2. So I'm going to move it 3 to the right and up 2. X, y. I know y is 8 when x is 13. So if I subtract 2, there's 6. 13 minus 3 is 10. Square that's 100. 6/100ths, that's what, 3/50ths? Got it. Not much to this. Vertex -6/12. So I'm going to go 6 places to the left and up 12. X, Y. Y is -24 when X is 0. If I subtract 12 from both sides, 6 squared is 36. A is -1. So this is, put a -1 out in front of there. That's just the opposite of. Got that one. And then just so we do one in a different form. If we had x-intercepts at -2 and +4, and it has to go through the point 2, 5. And actually, before I worry about that, if it's going through -2 and 4, and it has to pass through 2, 5, which we know is up here, it's got to open downward. And the, let's see, 4, -2, 2, axis symmetry would be right there at 1. And I'm going through 2, 5. So I could do intercept form. Like there's some number up front. To get -2 as an x-intercept, I'd have to have one factor is x plus 2. To get 4 as an intercept, one factor would have to be x minus 4. And then I can use that 2, 5. Y is 5 when x is 2. So that A value, -5/8. So if I wrote it in intercept form, which would be this. Okay, now I could, here's the thing, if I wanted something in standard form, I just multiply it out. If I wanted this in vertex form, I'd have to go back. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'd have to go back and plug into here the 1 and see what the vertex is, but I already know the A value, so I'd already know that number out front, so I can get that pretty easily. So it wouldn't be a big deal.